Okay, I'm a little slow on the draw today, but I am here. It's Thursday, FTG Thursday. For those of you who don't know, ask somebody in the chat what that means. It is FTG Thursday. Blah, 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 blah. I need coffee. Yes, FTG Thursday. And I got home in time, plenty of time to start the show. I feel relaxed. I feel confident. I feel good. I feel good. I knew that I would now. I feel good. I knew that I would now. So good. So good. I got you. Play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, Dawg Knight. The music. All right, now let me see if I can get my sound level up. I forgot I changed these sound levels for some recording yesterday. So, hi everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as PDawgKnight on the internet, and welcome to the Dawg Knight Channel, where we do lots of fun things. It is Thursday, the 19th of November, 2020, and I'm so happy that you're with me here today. I've got my sidekick. Well, no, I don't have a sidekick, but I do have my coffee, my cup of reparations coffee in the hand and ready to do wonders because I need that. So, welcome to the show. For those of you who don't know, it is FTG Thursday. That's something we do on Thursdays around here. Why are my sound levels so messed up? Okay, hang on a second. This cord goes there. This cord goes there. Hopefully we'll get the sound here. Not making too much noise yet. We'll see how that works when we play something else. And all right, I think I got it figured out. How are y'all doing today? I know a lot of you, including myself, are becoming the subject of some new. Oh, holy smokes! Already, did I reset the thing though? Oh, let me see if I can do it fast enough. Maybe. No, I don't think I did. Anyway, thank you. First donation of the day is from Guns. Is from our good friend Gunfox61, and you're up here in the. You know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. Gunfox. You are the new Streamlabs superstar. Oh my God, is that soft? Well, we'll get it figured out. I gotta turn my levels a little bit. Oh, and maybe if I do this. Oh, let's try that again.
You are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day.
Okay, that worked. Thank you, Gunstock61. By the way, if you're not familiar with how we do, well, we're starting a new trend in donations around here, thanks to Gunfox. It's a great idea because you are the sponsors of the Morning Night Live, and when you do a donation, either you can tell us something that you want people to know about what we're talking about, or our new thing that we're going to do on the show, and I think it'll be kind of funny, is I want you to write your own ad as a sponsor of the show. And Gunfox, with the first donation of the day, has started the trend. And here's what we're going to do also. We're going to rate people's ads. So this will be kind of fun. So Gunfox with $2 says, this block is sponsored by Muslim Forever. Dating can be hard. Well, don't worry. We have the finest supermodel goats for you. All of them ready to suit your needs. Check out Muslims Forever for all your dating needs. Okay, there you go. Gunfox with the first donation and sponsor of the day. Thank you for our sponsor Muslims Forever. Okay, all right. See how that works? Very good, very good. So anyway, so that'll be our new fun thing we do on the show. I think it'll be unique to this show. I've never seen another show do something like this. Of course, sometimes, like on Lords of the Night, they used to do ads and they would scribe an ad idea and then write the ads. I'm going to have you write the ads. So on a scale of 1 to 10, just throw in the chat, rate the ad by GunFox61. You know what? I am going to be a cautious judge, and I'm going to give that one an 8 because that's a high score. 5 average, and then go above or below. So 8 is well above average. There's my score for the first ad of the day. Thank you, GunFox61. Okay, so good God, I get this dude. So I was going to start with talking about the lockdowns. 2, that's cold. That is so cold. I thought it was pretty good. Of course, I don't know what the Russian judges think, but I think I did fine. 6, okay. Okay, I see where we're at. All right, so I was going to talk first about the lockdowns because a lot of states are doing new restrictions and telling you not to go have Thanksgiving with your family. And some states say you can only have 5 people at your house. Some people say you're maxing out at 10. First of all, I don't know exactly how they plan on enforcing any of this. Are they guidelines? Are they rules? They're certainly not laws because there's not a single legislature that has approved any of these laws these restrictions that these governors are doing. My governor, Tim Wall in Minnesota, just all of a sudden, poof, we got a whole new restriction. They're going to shut down restaurants again and allow them only to do carry out and all this stuff because of the number of cases. Now, there are people going into the hospitals, and some of the hospitals are claiming to be at capacity. But capacity is an interesting concept with some hospitals because they tend to, most hospitals run at capacity or near capacity anyway. So I'm not really sure what they're meaning by that. But anyway, so we're going to talk about that a little bit today. But this one popped up this morning that I didn't see yesterday, and it's very annoying and somewhat disturbing. I don't know if you're familiar with Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino was a former Secret Service agent, former police officer, and he's been since 2012. He's run for office, I believe, in 2012. He's pretty high up there on the pundit circuit, and he's also one of the owners and or founders of Parler. And he has a Dan Bongino report, which is very much like the Drudge report. He started doing that after Drudge kind of went off the rails a little bit. And apparently the platformers, you know what I mean by that, the tech people out there that think the tech oligarchs is what I like to call them. The techno oligarchs seem to be coming after Dan Bongino. And I came across this article as I was prepping for the show this morning. Then the platformers came for Dan Bongino. Outbrain advertising service cuts off Dan's websites. This is an article by William A. Jacobson. We are quickly moving towards 2 internet universes, one controlled by liberal and leftist tech giants, the other controlled by upstart conservative services, providing a refuge for the deplatformed, demonetized, and throttled conservatives. This emerging decoupling as a whole is wholly a product of deplatforming of non-leftists at Facebook, Twitter, and elsewhere. We recently covered how WordPress cut off the conservative treehouse while MailChimp cut off the Northern Virginia Tea Party. Did you hear about that? They canceled the Northern Virginia Tea Party because they sent notices out to people inviting them to the Million MAGA March. And MailChimp told them you could no longer use our mail service. Wow. Well, that was really loud. So anyway, we've covered the development in an article called Prepare for the Great Decoupling. Deplatforming moves downstream to WordPress.com and MailChimp. Demonetization is a subset of deplatforming, a way to deprive creators of an income stream from a platform. Another form of demonetization is cutting advertisers off from generating revenue at a website, TV, or radio show. That has been the preferred method for Media Matters, those motherfuckers, and others attacking Fox News, Rush Limbaugh, and other conservative media. Dan Bongino is a big name emerging in conservative media and a longtime friend of legal insurrection, which this article's from. We've covered his political races dating back to 2012 from his earlier life and have watched as his media career took off with his podcast, Bongino.com, The Bongino Report, and regular appearances on Fox News. And he's also bigwig at Parler. Politico ran a hit piece on him yesterday about Dan, portraying him as someone who burst onto the scene by peddling post-election conspiracy theories. And the article is called Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino leads the MAGA field in stolen election messaging. Bongino, a former police officer and Secret Service agent who was a latecomer to the talk show world, is a surprise leader in the far-right media. Notice how they always have to call them, they always label people on the right far-right. The far-right media sweepstakes set off by Trump's refusal to concede the election. While the president's chances of clinging to power remain wafer thin, the prospect of a new conspiracy theory that could dominate right-wing discourse for 4 years is not being ignored by the pundits, podcasters, and mini-moguls who populate MAGA world. Oh my God! Pot, meat, cattle, motherfuckers. You mean like the 4 years of Russia. Anyway, only ignorant or malicious liberal journalists could not know that Dan's star has been rising for years, particularly this year. To attribute his success to post-election posturing is deceptive and false, but I suspect something else was up regarding the focus of the Politico article on election contests. That is an excuse being used by social media giants to ban or restrict many people who question how the election was conducted and the vote count. Maybe it was a coincidence, but today Dan also revealed that Dan and his entities have been demonetized by Outbrain, a large online advertising system which allows publishers to place links to their articles on other websites. When you see a box links to articles on other websites, it's usually advertising that Outbrain is one of the largest players. Dan tweeted this out today. The tech tyrants strike again. They're doubling down on their war on speech. Here's an email from the tyrants at Outbrain who canceled services on our websites for spurious reasons. If you're running a conservative website, you've been warned about Outbrain. More on my show today. So here's the letter from Outbrain. Let's see if it'll pop up big enough here. Just a second. So here's the letter that Here, I'll make it so you can see it. Sorry. I have to make some adjustments. So here's the letter Dan got from Outbrain. Dear Paula, someone on Dan's team, listen to this Orwellian bullshit. Dear Paula, providing a clean... Whoops. Oh, shit. What the hell did I do? Providing a clean and safe network for publishers, advertisers, and readers is a top priority here at Outbrain. We proactively monitor our network to ensure this. It has come to our attention that some of the content on one or more... Wait a minute. It comes to our attention that some of the content on one or more of the domains associated with your account are in violation of the terms of our agreement dated October 23rd, 2019. Wait, one or more? Can you be a little more specific than that? As such, in accordance with the provisions of Section 8.1, we have decided to immediately suspend your use of Outbrain technology and to terminate our agreement effective as of November 24th, 2020. Accordingly, your account will be closed, the widget on your sites will be deactivated, and you will no longer have access to or earn revenue from Outbrain's technology. Any outstanding amounts owed to you will be paid according to your payment terms. We ask that you remove any code of the Outbrain technology to the extent available from all of your domains. With regards, Outbrain compliance and anti-fraud team. Wow. So, I mean, now, no warning. Just isn't that a weird letter though? Listen, I mean, so this line is the one that gets me. It has come to our attention that some of the content on one or more of the domains associated with your account. What does that mean? You mean you can't call us and say, hey, can we ask you about this specific content that may be in violation of our terms? And is there a way that you remove it, and then we can maybe, work with you? This is just a straight up letter. Nope, we're closing your accounts. Period. It's amazing. Matt Palomo adds at Bongino.com. Outbrain is a platform that publishers could use to display ads on their websites, including this one formerly. This morning, Dan got an email from Outbrain informing us that they'd no longer be allowing us to use their platform. It has come to our attention, blah, 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 without specifying what was violated. That's just it. They don't specify, they don't call, they don't mail, they don't write. Sounds like your grandmother, Bizarrely, this email comes from their anti-fraud team who alleges no fraud. While we have no idea whatsoever what content of ours supposedly violated their terms of service, and we can only speculate that it's purely for ideological reasons, it would be yet the millionth time this has happened to conservatives. Outbrain is free to clarify what policy was violated, though it's a bit odd they didn't do so in the first place, right? Coincidence that this came as Politico tried to marginalize Dan? Do you believe in coincidences? Just the same day that Politico writes a hit piece on him. How amazingly coincidental is that? It appears that questioning Joe Biden's victory is now grounds to get you banned on the ground of undermining trust in elections. Now, know what Bongino's encountering. Here's from the last refuge here. Because we'll show you the clause here. Know what Bongino is encountering, as also pay close attention to the highlighted portion of the new terms of service as I encountered in my deplatform. This move by big tech was planned before the 2020 election. Also, they don't care. They don't give a fuck. So here's this terms of service, and anything that is unlawful promotes unlawful activity, spam, pornography, or adult content, blah, blah, blah. Graphic or gratuitous violence, hate speech, or incitements to violence. None of that. Harassment or encouragement of harassment of others. No. Disclosure of others' personal information. Well, that dude in Michigan probably get deplatformed. Malicious code, malware, spyware, intellectual property infringement, impersonation with the intent to confuse, defraud, defame, misrepresentative content, but includes but not limited to, and here it is. Here's the kicker. Proliferating or creating verifiably false claims or content that could undermine participation or trust in an electoral or democratic process. Interesting. So, it's unbelievable. Shit's unbelievable. Under that standard, almost every major Democrat and leftist Twitter account should be banned for undermining trust in Trump's 2016 election. But of course, that's not how it works. My best guess is that Outbrain demonetizing the Bongino media entities was not a high-level corporate decision. In all likelihood, one or more woke, purple-haired shitbags, I'm sorry, that's not what it says, one or more woke youngsters in positions of power at Outbrain made that decision. The question is, will it stick? Prepare to decouple. All right. Let me say good morning, everybody. I haven't done that yet, and that's probably a long list because we've got already, oh my goodness, we have 45 people in the house. First in the chat today was James PFP, who gets the bell. Also, good morning, Maddie and Ronan, who are, where are you at today, Maddie? Wait, don't answer that for about 3 minutes. Tell me where y'all are, because they're a traveling couple. They drive a truck and They're all over the place. Also, good morning to Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
And also, good morning, AWOL, whose message is deleted by gun. What? What the? Oh, there's all these thumbs up. And what the hell's going on here? Anyway, good morning, Mike Savage, Blurg. Good morning, Special K on Acid. Hey, Larry. That's his name. Good morning, Gunfox61. Also, good morning, DI Freighter Watcher. Select a boy.
Yeah, boy.
Also, good morning to the big guy. Good morning to you too, sir. Also, good morning, Duck Dog, who got an ad for DuckDuckGo. That's encouraging. That people are getting DuckDuckGo ads on a Google product like YouTube. So that's good. I use DuckDuckGo on my desktop. I've tried to use it on my phone, but they make it really hard to use other search engines on your because I have an Android phone, right? Android's Google, whatever. Are they? Well, they're not necessarily Google, but they make it really hard to use anything other than Google on your Android phone. Because if you switch your search engine, they take the search bar away from you. So I think I have to download DuckDuckGo's search engine, or the app for DuckDuckGo, and then I'll be able to change it. Because I tried to change that. I literally tried to change that yesterday. Also, good morning to who else is here? I said Special K, Gun Fox, Tarai Deos, how you doing? Advocatus Diablo, the Devil's Advocate, is in the house. Good morning to, Renee Bayette. Hi. Who else is here? Oh, good morning, Robert Chuck. How you doing? Nathan Payton, what's happening? Katie did skate. What are you doing, Gun? Why are we messing with Gunfox? Sounds fine, you assholes. Okay, I see. So whatever's going on there, I don't know. Good morning, Sapphire Dragon. Let's see. Does it roll down here? Am I getting close? Okay, now what is going on here? Gunfox, what are you doing to AWOL? I don't get it. Anyway, I'm gonna no, stop that. Good morning, Zombie Teddy, Cindy Rochelle. I said Duck Dog already. Reese Donald, how you doing? And am I getting there? Am I getting close? Is this almost everybody that's in the chat? Pretty close here. Tyler F, what's up? I said Katie did skate. How you doing? Jonas Pedersen, Big Assassin 80. And I'm just gonna figure it out as I go along. Okay, Gunfox, resigned your rent. You take me to have time out. No, I am done. Oh my goodness. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Michael Hatfield, how you doing? I think we're all figuring it out. AWOL's not a troll. AWOL is a regular here. He's good. Oh my gosh. Why are you knocking AWOL out? Okay, I'll figure it out later. Hello, Scotty Tubbs and Michael Hatfield and okay, that's everybody. Zablu is here. Zablu is in the house. All right. Okay, let's get into it. By the way, it's FTG Thursday. Also, hey, you know what else it is? It's International Men's Day. International Men's Day. Someone this morning said, yeah, you know what? So today, I'm going to manspread to my heart's content. I'm also going to, I will probably mansplain to all you ladies, and I don't care if you don't like it. I was going to throw out that pen and tell you can just shut the fuck up, but I won't say that because that's not so nice. Is AWOL back? I don't know. Yes, AWOL always, I know he always writes in caps and whatnot, but he's okay. He's a good dude. Anyway, all right, let's move on. So I wanted to talk about today lockdown madness. And unfortunately, I accidentally closed all the windows that I was going to do with that. But I do have some bookmarks in particular. And I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but Andrew Cuomo from New York was not having a good day, apparently. And he kind of lost his damn mind. Cuomo explodes at reporter during press conference over school closures. We did it already. I hope they have Is this the long version? I hope it's the long version. We'll see in a second. Anyway, New York's Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo snapped at a reporter Wednesday who asked him about whether the schools were going to be shut down as the coronavirus pandemic once again worsens in the state. Hello, Annalyn. This is Kyle. What's up? And somebody else just showed up. Anyway, who was it? Oh, the big guy. I already saw you. I'm a little well. Here, let's just watch. I'm not gonna read this. I just want you to watch and listen to Andrew Cuomo getting a little huffy with the reporter. And what's interesting about this is the news media
override.
Hang on.
We did it already.
I'm sorry. Make sure I get it on the screen the way I want it. There. Now listen to this. He's a little testy, and I don't mean. Well, I don't mean that kind of testy.
So what do you?
No, he is kind of a testy because he's fucking bullocks, as the Brits would say.
Talking about? What are you talking about? You're now going to override. We did it already. That's the law. An orange zone and a red zone. Follow the facts.
I'm still confused.
Well, then you're confused.
I'm confused, and
then I'll tell you what, Jimmy.
Parents are still confused as well. The schools in
they're
New York
not
City
confused.
tomorrow.
You're confused.
No, I think parents are very confused as well.
Read the law, and you won't be confused.
Okay, so that wasn't even the best of the exchange. The long version of that is almost beautiful. It's almost beautiful. He's such a New York, he sounds like a mob boss talking to these reporters who are just trying to get clarification on whether or not they're going to shut down schools in certain areas, and if the state's going to override what they're doing. And it's just, everyone's losing their minds, and I understand people concerned about the Koof, the visitor from the far eastern section of Asia, and but people are taking different approaches. Different governors taking different approaches, and obviously we know that the here's what I'll say. The presumed president-elect thinks he's going to have a national policy and a national lockdown and national mandatory masks, which ain't going to happen. He's not going to be able to do that. Good morning, Cynical Lindsay. How you doing? He's not going to be able to do that. I don't know how he thinks that the federal government can even control that. But, the different approaches of different governors, like I said, my governor's going back to closing restaurants again, only allowing takeout, which as of Friday, they were going to close restaurants at 10 o'clock because there's that magic. The virus has a bedtime, it's a night worker. Okay. The virus works the third shift. So if you close restaurants by 10 o'clock, restaurant bars at 10 o'clock, then as the virus is coming in for its shift, you're less likely to have people infected. Because even if they come in a little early, bars closes at 10 o'clock, though, a lot of people leave early before the bar closes, and then so you're less likely to get people infected. Isn't that how it works? Because like a virus knows what time it is. I didn't even know the virus could tell time, but it's a very talented, smart and talented virus. So, I suppose that's how it works. Anyway, I'm just stupid sometimes. Okay, sweet. Now, what's interesting, though, the country's two largest Republican states have decided that they're not going to have more lockdowns, which is interesting. America's two largest Republican states, Texas and Florida, have announced that they will not be going into any more lockdowns as coronavirus cases surge across the country. The news comes as 45 out of 50 states have seen at least a 10% increase in corona cases from the previous week. Texas Governor Greg Abbott said in an interview that there won't be any more lockdowns in the state, and he wants to focus on working to heal those who have COVID so they can leave the hospitals and get back to their normal routines, NBC News reported. A spokesperson for the governor told NBC News Wednesday that Abbott's plan to slow the spread of the virus will rely on the data-driven hospitalization metrics used by doctors and medical experts. Renee Eze, a spokesman for Abbott's office, issued the following statement last week outlining the state's plan to deal with a spike in cases. Quote, as some communities experience a rise in hospitalizations, the state of Texas is working with, I know I'm using the wrong accent for Texas, I understand, working closely with local officials to quickly provide the resources needed to address these spikes and keep Texans safe. I kind of sound like Julia Childs. Holy shit, what am I doing? Anyway, the state's the state's coordinated efforts go hand in hand with enforcing the existing protocols, a strategy that proved effective slowing the spread over the summer and containing COVID-19 while allowing businesses to safely operate. The protocols work, but only if they are enforced. The reality is COVID-19 still exists in Texas and across the globe, and Texans should continue to take this virus seriously and do their part by social distancing, washing their hands, and wearing a mask. These best practices, coupled with the governor's metrics to monitor COVID-19 hospitalizations and local enforcement of protocols, are key to mitigating this virus and keeping our communities and our people safe. Okay, then we have Florida's governor. Good morning, fight for your rights. And we have Florida's governor who says, also dismissed the notion of shutting down his state as cases surge across the country. He says, today, we are back down to 4,500 cases and a 7.3% positivity rate, a spokesman for Governor DeSantis told CBS 12 News. We believe yesterday's high number was due to a large submission file and skewed the numbers for that day. The governor will not lock down or hurt families who can't afford to shelter in place for 6 weeks, especially not for a virus that has a 99.8 survival rate, even higher among people under 70. One area of concern is for assisted living facilities. Since those over 70 face the greatest threat from COVID-19, the governor is monitoring those numbers daily and is prepared to move therapeutic and prophylactic assets to those facilities as needed. Yes, that's how you deal with this. You move assets to the most vulnerable. Gosh darn it, why don't we have governors like this all over the country? Good for them. Let's see. So no FTGs for those two, but I do have an FTG for Andrew Cuomo. FTG Andrew Cuomo. Now, a lot of my other stuff here is kind of out of order, like I said. Oh, we have a new donation. This is Kyle. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Also through Streamlabs, the donation, and another ad.
This program is brought to you by Calibureaucracy. It's not exactly a social credit system, but you'll be in the gulag just the same.
Very well done. This is Kyle. All right, rate Kyle's sponsor ad from 1 to 10, 10 being high, good, 1 being low, 5 being average. Kyle, I got to give you 8.5 on for that one. So there you go. Everyone rate Kyle's ad. That's a good one, I think. Thank you. And also thank you for the generous donation. I appreciate that. All right. Hey, fight for your rights. I see Kyle. Oh, good Lord. All right. So yeah, write your ads and throw them in the donation basket, and we'll read those on the show. All right. More things happening here. Oh, did you hear? There's another pharmaceutical company that has a COVID vaccine showing robust immune response among older adults. This time, Oxford AstraZeneca. The study of 560 healthy adults, including 240 over the age of 70 years old, found the vaccine to be safe and produced a similar immune response among people aged over 56 years old and those aged between 18 and 55. British pharmaceutical giant AstraZeneca, which is working in collaboration with the University of Oxford, has previously said interim data showed their experimental vaccine had produced an immune response in older and younger adults. The authors of the Oxford study said their results could be encouraging if the immune responses are found to be associated with protection against COVID-19 infection. Well, that doesn't sound like they're really... Okay, so they're in phase 2 trial. The phase 2 trial did not assess vaccine efficacy. However, the phase 3 trials are ongoing to confirm this. So, the good old American companies are ahead of Oxford Zeneca, but they're getting close too. And I don't know what kind of regulations they have as far as producing these things, but the other two companies in the United States have been produced those in record time and are pretty close to distribution phase. So that'll be great if that happens. I know the Trump administration is trying to make sure that starts real soon. Let me close a couple windows here because this is driving me nuts. And let's see. Let's get back into the... oh, by the way, Pfizer, did I tell you yesterday that Pfizer's version of the COVID-19 drug is now not just 90% effective, but now they're saying it's 95% effective. In the final test, the company expects to produce globally up to 50 million vaccine doses in 2020 and up to 1.3 billion by the end of 2021. Pfizer and biotech found its COVID-19 is 95% effective in the last trial run, meeting all primary efficacy endpoints. The vaccine also showed signs of safety and met all the requirements for the FDA to approve its use as soon as possible. Fantastic. What's the X? Let's see, from Pfizer. Okay, so anyway, I'm not going to read this one. If you want to know more about it, here's the article from Legal Insurrection. That is good news. Other COVID news, let's see. Oh, and did Bolsheviks shut down the city schools again? We were just talking about this. Bill de Blasio shuts down New York City schools again. New York City schools will be closed for in-school instruction starting Thursday. Mayor Bill de Blasio said on Wednesday, New York City has reached the 3% testing positivity 7-day average threshold. Unfortunately, this means public school buildings will be closed as of tomorrow, Thursday, November 19th, out of an abundance of caution. We must fight back the second wave of COVID-19. I don't know if it's being, going through the schools, I don't know. Anyway, good morning, MC.
Stop. Hammer time.
Oh my God, I gotta turn my headphones down. The move to shutter the schools comes 8 months after the schools shut down in mid-March. Most schools around the city had partially reopened, offering families the option of blended education that included in-school instruction 2 days a week. Over the summer, when the test positivity rate went below 1%, the mayor said the schools would be automatically shut if the 7-day positivity rate in COVID tests hit 3%. On Wednesday, de Blasio said that threshold had been reached. Approximately half of New York City students were enrolled in blended programs, with the other half already in remote schooling. With 1,800 schools and 1.1 million students, the New York City public school system is by far the largest. It was also one of the only major systems in the country to have returned some in-school instruction, although many smaller cities and suburban areas have students who attend 5 days a week. We've had kids back in school for a while here in the state of Minnesota. I don't know what they're talking about, at least part-time. So anyway, city education officials said the shutdown would be only temporary, although they did not specify plans or dates to reopen. School principals have told families they do not expect to reopen prior to Thanksgiving. It's an abundance of caution. I don't know if I could argue with it or not. They got to do what they got to do, but please don't make a national plan for something that is, clearly regional needs need regional solutions. So I think we already did this one. Yes. This is the Daily Wire version. Yes, we just did that one. Also, Pennsylvania, here, home of voter fraud. Oh, did I say that out loud? Is mandating masks. Yay! Where's the party horn? Everything moved. There. Pennsylvania governor mandates mask wearing in your home. Let's get rid of this. Another COVID-19 wave on the horizon. Several states are restricting the number of guests you can have over for Thanksgiving. That's another one I'm wondering how they're going to enforce. Are you going to? Oh, you bought a turkey that feeds 20. You bought a 24-pound turkey. We're going to raid your house. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf. Oh, we have a super chat. Let me read this real quick. Thank you, Selecta Boy. Yeah, boy. New Yorkers, listen carefully. If you want New York to be the center of attraction again, impeach your mayors pronto. Yes, there we go. Governor Tom Wolf, however, is adding several new measures, including testing and quarantining for people coming into the state, with some exceptions, and requiring the wearing of masks in your own home if you have company over. I just want to know where the freaking where the mask police coming from? Where are the mask police coming from? I have no idea. Thank you, Viking Ale, with the $2 through Streamlabs. This is an ad. This is a sponsor. This is one of our new sponsors. Viking Ale. We know when you're out raiding, you need an ale that's just as tough as you are. Our ale is just that, made from the finest grain pillaged from the other lands. Viking approved. Thank you, Viking Ale, one of our sponsors today. I appreciate it. And a very nice ad. Rate that ad from 1 to 10. And actually, Selected Boys is kind of an ad, too, for getting rid of Bill de Blasio. Anyway, thank you very much. How the hell requiring masks in your own home if you have company over? Okay, you know how they want to kind of defund the police? Oh yeah, right there, defund the police, arrest everyone not wearing a mask. Exactly. Here's the Pennsylvania. Here's how the Pennsylvania Department of Health communicated this through Twitter. Issuing order requiring anyone who visits Pennsylvania from another state to get tested within 72 hours before entering Pennsylvania. I don't know what that says. Pennsylvanians who traveled to other states must follow the same rules when coming home. Does not apply to those who commute to and from another state for work or medical treatment. Good God. Strengthening masking order. Masks are still required indoor. Masks are now required anytime you are with people outside of your household, even if you're socially distant. Applies to all indoor facilities if you have people in your home not part of your household. How the hell are they going to monitor that? Oh my God. Pennsylvania already has a statewide mask mandate and other social distancing guidelines, but these new mandates are in response to a spike in cases despite their existing coronavirus fighting efforts. It's a good time damn good time to move to Florida. Good morning, Moon Base Radio. I concur with your sentiment, aka fuck that. FTG Tom Wolf. Is that his name? The governor of Pennsylvania, Tom Wolf? Yes, Governor Tom Wolf, FTG. All right, moving on. Holy shit, these guys are just nuts. We're going to stick to the coronavirus theme for a little bit here. Let's see. And of course, this one could get me banned from YouTube, but I'm going to check it out anyway. From the Federalist. Major study, and I mean a major study, finds that masks don't reduce COVID-19 infection rates. Shocker. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Gunfox61. We have another sponsor today. This could become a habit. Thank you, Gunfox61, bringing my attention to one of our longtime sponsors, American Bats, proud sponsor of the PDawgKnight Show. If you need a bat for all your whacking needs, our bats are made of the finest oak, able to hold up to the hardest objects hitting it. Able to hold up to the hardest objects hitting it. Mob approved. Thank you, Gunfox61.
China is asshole.
Whoops, I meant to do that. And but China is asshole. Thank you, Gunfox61. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you what, Scotty Dubs?
How dare you?
What are you talking about? Good morning, Jaeger Pony, by the way. My favorite Canadian is in the house. I'm not sure what that meant. Okay. Major study finds masks don't reduce COVID-19 infection rates. A high-quality, large-scale Danish study finds no evidence that wearing a face mask significantly minimizes people's risk of contracting COVID-19. The randomized controlled trial found no statistically significant difference in coronavirus infection rates between mask wearers and non-mask wearers. In fact, according to the data, mask usage may actually increase the likelihood of infection. I think we've talked about this before. The recommendation to wear surgical masks to supplement other public health measures did not reduce the SARS-CoV-2 infection rate among wearers by more than 50% in a community with modest infection rates, some degree of social distancing, and uncommon general mask use. This author summarized their results. While mask wearing has been advertised by health officials all around the world, including U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and Dr. Anthony Fauci, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, to prevent the spread of coronavirus, the Danish researchers found that there was no statistically significant difference between wearing a mask or not in preventing people from contracting COVID-19. In the third post hoc analysis, post-ho for those who want me to pronounce it correctly, which investigated constellations of patient characteristics, we did not find a subgroup where face masks were effective at conventional levels of statistical significance, researchers found. A randomized controlled trial, which is considered the gold standard designed for scientific research, had a large sample size of more than 6,000 people. Most studies conducted on various kinds of face masks against various coronavirus are neither randomized controlled trials nor conducted regarding the specific SARS-CoV-2 virus currently affecting the world. And this trial went from April through June. So let's see. There is a caveat here, a largely unmasked area with government recommendations only to social distance and wash hands frequently as the country began to reopen in May. Roughly half of the 6,024 participants, 4,862 of whom completed the study, were randomly assigned to wear surgical masks outside the home among other persons together, while the other half continued to operate in public without a mask. After a month, 42 of the mask wearers in the study, 1.8%, were infected with the virus, while 53 of non-mask wearers, 2.1%, were infected with the virus. Statistically, this is not a significant difference between the two groups, suggesting these infection differences were a product of chance, says the study's authors. Now, they give you more details on those numbers, but gee, I wonder if any other outlet in the world will pick up that study. Oh, a couple new ads, or a couple new donations here. Jaeger Pony with the big 25. My goodness, thank you, sir. That is so that is so generous. I really appreciate that. Reparations injections. Sip that bean juice. Well, bean juice right here. In fact, everyone pick up your glass cup, chalice, mug, shot glass, whatever you got, and we'll all take a sip together a la Scott Adams. We'll do the simultaneous sip. Thank you. And then Jaeger Pony keeps me definitely loaded up with the reparations coffee, which I will gladly brew and drink. Also, thank you, Maddie. With this, our sponsor, here we go. This hour's sponsor is brought to you by Ping Tom Surveillance. Ping Tom, the newest Big Brother tech, inserts a camera into your Thanksgiving turkey. Too many people at dinner, you'll be getting a knock on your door. Thank you, this hour's sponsor, Ping Tom Surveillance. Thank you. And everyone give Maddie a rating on that one, 1 to 10, 10 being high, 1 being low, 5 being average. Thank you. And I'm going to give you know what? I've been rating it kind of high, but so far that might be my favorite one. So I'm giving Maddie personally a 9. You choose what you want to rate that one. All right. Let's move on. We're on the COVID theme today, so we're going to stick to it. Did you hear about Gavin Newsom? Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. Do as I say, not as I do, you rat bastard governor. Okay, so look. Gavin Newsom, this is definitely an FTG. New photos revealed Newsom lied about a posh Napa Valley dinner. New photos revealed California Governor Gavin Newsom lied this month when he said he followed coronavirus safety guidelines while he dined with a sizable group at a French restaurant in Napa Valley. In photos published Wednesday by Fox 11 Los Angeles, Newsom is seen at the French Laundry without a mask, not observing social distancing guidelines, and apparently dining indoors. The witness who took the photos also said the birthday party for Newsom's longtime advisor, Jason Kinney, was very loud, enough so that sliding glass doors had to be closed. Even then, the witnesses said the party could still be heard. Wait a minute. I thought if you were, in California, the social distancing guidelines say you're not supposed to be yelling or chanting or cheering or whatever, and you're supposed to be socially distanced. You're supposed to wear a mask, and you can't do anything. But here we go. This is the. Let's see where this at. Okay, here's the tweets from somebody. Bill Melugan, exclusive. We obtained photos of Governor Gavin Newsom at the Napa Valley dinner party. He's in hot water over these photos, call into question just how outdoors the dinner was. A witness who took the photos tells us his group was so loud the sliding doors had to be closed. So now does that look like it's outdoors to you? That does not look like it's outdoors. FTG Gavin Newsom, you dirtbag. So look, this is the party. Do those people look socially distanced at all? I wonder if they're all from the same household, because that's the Thanksgiving guidelines, right? And then here, there he is right there in the group talking to some people that are really close. Do you see masks on any of these people? Do you see a single mask? Now, granted, they're in a restaurant, and for some reason, when you go to restaurants, you have to wear a mask to go into the restaurant, but as soon as you sit down where you can eat and drink, you can take your mask off. And so I wonder if it's because when you're sitting at a restaurant table, you're automatically in that never zone for viruses that you should take the mask off and eat, or maybe just, whatever. These motherfuckers, I can't believe him. I have another funny California story in my bookmarks too. Anyway, the photos appear to disprove the governor's statement last week that he, quote, followed public health guidelines and the restaurant's health protocols, end quote, and cast doubt on his claim that the dinner was outdoors. It didn't look outdoors to me. Anybody? Did that look outdoors to you?
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
You're right, Joe Biden. Thank you for adding that to this. Newsom has not said how many households attended, but California guidelines prohibit gatherings of more than 3 households and stipulate that seating must provide 6 feet of distance and diners must limit the removal of face coverings. Where's that picture? Where the hell is that? Oh, I closed it. Hold on. Do these people look 6 feet apart? Hang on a second. Let this fucker load. Do these people look 6 feet apart? This guy is Gavin Newsom right next to this person and this guy, and I don't know if they live in the I know what it is. I think I figured it out. I think that all these people, you can't really see it, can you? Let's move it over here. There's the whole photo right there. is it just me? Or do only 2 of these people live in the governor's mansion? I'm just guessing. I don't know. Does anybody know who lives in the governor's mansion? Who lives in the governor's mansion? I'm just curious. Anyway. Okay, so obey. Newsom apologized on Tuesday for attending the party, but peppered the apology with qualifications. He said he had early reservations because, again, we know that coronavirus is a third shift virus and only comes out at night. The virus comes out at night. The virus comes out at night. The virus comes out at night. Anyway, and the dinner was in an outdoor restaurant. Yes, they look like it's completely outdoors. You can quibble about the guidelines, but the spirit of what I'm preaching all the time was contradicted. He said, we're all human. We all fall short sometimes. Good Lord. Here it is.
That a few weeks ago, I was asked to go to a friend's 50th birthday. My wife and I, a friend that I've known for almost 20 years, and a friend that had put a lot of time and energy into his 50th birthday. It was in Napa, which was in the orange
Does it matter? Does it matter? How much time and effort he put into it? Guess what? I'm going to put a hell of a lot of... No, I don't live in California, but it's kind of... Our governor's kind of adopted all the things all these other stupid Democrat governors did. Does it matter? I'm going to put a hell of a lot of effort into my Thanksgiving dinner. Can I have whoever I want over and however many I want over and not have it outdoors and not be 6 feet apart and not have masks? I bet you wouldn't let anybody in California do that, but they put a lot of effort into this 50th birthday party. You haven't seen me cook, man. I go whole hog on Thanksgiving. I make all kinds of stuff.
Compared to some other counties, it was to be an outdoor restaurant.
It was an outdoor restaurant.
The program started at 4 o'clock.
That didn't look like an outdoor restaurant.
Reservations. I got there a little
and it's early because, like I said, virus works third shift, so it probably wasn't there yet.
Late at 4:30. And as soon as I sat down at the larger table, I realized it was a little larger group.
I just realized it at the last minute.
I made a bad mistake. Instead of sitting down, I should have stood up and walked back, got in my car, and drove back to
you
my
should have.
house.
But, you made all that effort to get there.
I chose to sit there with my wife and a number of other couples that were outside the household. And you can quibble about the guidelines, et cetera, but the spirit of what I'm preaching all the time.
The spirit of obey.
And so I want to apologize.
And shut the fuck up.
Because I need to preach and practice, not just preach and not practice. And I've done my best to do that.
Except for that dinner party.
We all fall short sometimes.
Oh, yes, we do. We all fall short. What's that from? That's in a... What movie is that? The movie about the basketball coach in West Texas, Glory Road. That when he's recruiting the kid from New York City from Indiana, and he says something to her that she said, "Are you a church-going man?" And he admits that he's not, and the mother didn't care because she's going to give his son a scholarship, and she says, "We all fall short." Yes, Gavin Newsom, you fall short. Of course, a lot of people are short to me because I'm 6'4", so whatever. Anyway, FTG Gavin Newsom. I'm not even going to read any more of this one. Let's see what else we got here. It's COVID Day and FTG Day. Photos. Okay, 2 America's largest Republican states. We already said that. Oh my goodness. Here we go. This woman's going to be canceled, I guarantee. An Oregonian lawmaker is probably going to be in hot water with her governor because she's saying, you know what? She's hosting a big Thanksgiving, and it becomes a revolutionary act. This is just like the first shots at Lexington. Joe Biden is in the chat. Oh my God! Good morning, Mr. Biden, pseudo sort of president-elect presumed Uncle Bad Touches in the house.
Come on, man.
Also, good morning to. Oh, Jonas, you've been here. Pissed Off Shih Tzu. That's who's here also. It's hard to take an apology seriously when he's smiling all through it. Yeah, FTG. Anyway, so an Oregon lawmaker announces she's going to host a big-ass Thanksgiving, and it becomes a revolutionary act. Clackamas County. What the hell? That sounds like a dance from a foreign land. Clackamas. Anyway, Clackamas County, Oregon Commission Chair-elect Tootie Smith. Tootie! I haven't heard Tootie since the Facts of Life. You know what I mean. Oh, no, Biden in the chat is all right. Biden in the chat. Uncle Bad Touch. That's Joe's alter ego. Anyway, Tootie Smith is cooking a Thanksgiving feast this year and inviting family and friends. This traditional gesture of generosity has turned into a revolutionary act. On November 14th, Smith posted on her Facebook page that she vehemently disagreed with Governor Kate Brown's latest COVID-19 lockdown in Oregon. The order instructed people to celebrate Thanksgiving with only 6 people or else face jail and or fines. Smith thought it was dumb and claimed she would not obey. Good for her. Here was her Patrick Henry moment. Quote, "My family will celebrate Thanksgiving with as many family and friends as I can find. Governor Brown is wrong to order otherwise." In other words, fuck off, bitch. Anyway, going against the grain in Oregon's political monoculture is proving too much for the left in the state and beyond. And now Smith, who's been around state and local politics for decades, is reaping the woke crowd whirlwind when she appeared on Tucker Carlson tonight on Tuesday. The hate and many accolades went supernova. Smith told Carlson that people know to stay home when they're sick, wash their hands, and mask up when they need to, so why order them apart at the holidays? We have been browbeat over the head with. Well, here, let's let her say it in her own words. Here, we'll say it. Let's hear her own words. Oh my God, what the hell? Here we go. Here's Tootie. Here's Tootie in her own words. Oh my God, this is 5 minutes long. Well, let's watch this segment. We haven't done a segment on here in a while. We got time. Let's watch the segment.
So politicians have now decided they have total power over you. They can literally decide who comes to Thanksgiving dinner at your house and where they can stand. Well, that's lunatic. It's never happened in American history before, no matter what CNN claims. It hasn't. And so the question is, what happens if you don't obey?
Well,
in New York, one county sheriff has an answer to that. Nothing will happen. Because that sheriff has decided not to enforce Andrew Cuomo's lunatic ban on private gatherings.
Good.
Earlier
That's the
today,
way it should be.
why.
One of the worst things we're seeing is the isolation of people not being able to engage with other people. Now, there's a big difference between setting a time limit at bars, setting a number of people at bars and restaurants, and social distancing, and getting together with your own family. Constitutionally, there's some problems with an executive order. There's no sanctions. I can't go arrest somebody. They don't get fined. Giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, this guy is my hero.
I believe his intent is to try to slow things, but I think it does more damage.
Awesome.
Well, exactly.
Good for him. Good for him.
People need each other. Physical contact is essential.
Hello, Maniac
Families
Man.
need
How
to
you doing?
gather.
Hold up.
Thanksgiving
I
is
got to pause
beautiful.
here. Maniac Man, it is so good to see you back in the chat. I know you haven't been around a while, and no worries, man. Be here when you can. Be here when you don't. Be here when you can't. I'm just happy to see your name show up in my chat. Welcome back. All right, let me continue here.
That sheriff is called Richard Giordino, and bless him for saying the obvious.
Right on. Bless
Thankfully,
that man.
he's not the only public official who is standing up to this lunacy. In Oregon, a woman called Tootie Smith, who will start her term as chairwoman
Now,
of
she
the
doesn't- now
Clackamas
remember,
Board of County
Tootie in the-
Commissioners in January, made that very clear on Facebook. Here's what
Go
she
ahead,
wrote, quote,
Tootie.
"My family will celebrate Thanksgiving dinner with as many family and friends as I can find." This is an elected official and she joins us now. Tootie Smith.
Go ahead, Tootie.
Thanks so much for coming on. It's funny that that statement would qualify as bravery, but it certainly does.
Stunning and
so
brave.
Congratulations.
Stunning
Why did you write
and
that?
brave.
Because it's exactly what I felt. It's very heartfelt. She issued that edict on Friday. I posted it Saturday morning.
By the way, hold on. What's that governor's name? Let me look this up again. Governor, what's her name? Kate Brown, is that right? Oops, I tried to play this again. Here we go.
Thinking about it, this is a travesty that's happening in our state. How dare Governor Brown think she's going to come out, send the police into people's homes, and arrest them and fine them for having a Thanksgiving meal with their family?
Does she?
Well,
Oh my God! Is that Kate Brown? Oh my! I don't know why I'm laughing. Other than, does she just look like a total scold? God. Oh, she's frightening. Okay.
Rioters and anarchists to destroy downtown city of Portland. That's hypocrisy.
Yeah, that's right.
It's just
We
interesting.
have been in a lockdown. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
Well, but it's just people like Governor Brown would be the first ones to say, politicians keep their hands off my body, and here she is encouraging the police to come into your home on one of the most sacred days of the year and determine who's eating there. Does she see the irony there?
Hell no, she doesn't see the irony.
Oh, no, I don't think so at all. I think she's into total control and domination over our population. She's issued this edict statewide to all 36 counties, regardless of the count, regardless of the infection rate, regardless of the testing. Not even Governor Newsom from California has done that. He's allowed each county an autonomy to make their own decisions. But our governor hasn't, because she obviously does not trust the elected officials in each of our counties in Oregon. We've been in a lockdown for 8 months now, Tucker. People understand what to do to be healthy. We have been browbeat over the head with wearing masks in public, which I do, by the way, with social distancing, to stay home if you're sick, be clean. I think
wash your
our
hands.
People have the intelligence,
stop touching your face,
the education, and the independence to
like
make
Karen
their
Brown.
own decisions. We are adults. We do not need to be treated as second-rate slaves in our own homes.
Oh, damn. Uh-oh.
Your life makes me sad.
For you.
Oh, wait a minute. Did she,
Our viewers, if they don't know Oregon, may be confused.
Hold it. Did she say slaves?
That's right.
Did she say slaves?
That's racist!
Anyway. Oh, come on.
Because the Oregon we see is Portland. Oregon's a lot like Maine. It's a great state with reasonable people dominated by angry children in a city called
Down,
Portland.
Uncle Bad Touch.
But they're great people in Oregon. How's the public response been to your statement?
Well, it has gone totally viral. The public response, I'm getting a lot of good comments. I'm getting people saying yay. I also have the trolls and the minions who are trying to discredit me and take me down. But, you know, I am not going to be deterred by this because I know I'm on the right side on this. People want their freedom. They want their independence to make their own decisions. And we can do that in Oregon. We are responsible people who can set our own destiny. And our governor needs to allow us to do that.
That's right.
Exactly. When they try and say you can't be with your family on Thanksgiving, you know, that's a line we can't let them cross. Judy, great.
Well, and that's really true, Tucker. The isolation is killing us. She's not addressing the isolation and the fallout, for instance, from mental health that comes in the form of child abuse, suicide rate is increasing, and domestic violence. And that really needs to be addressed. She has no solutions to that. Her main edict is to shut down and keep people separate. We, as human beings, have that right to be together.
Right on, lady.
Exactly. And look around. How many people do you know who are fragile and neurotic and unhappy and unwell, really, psychologically, and it's the results of this nonsense? Thank you for fighting back.
All right, that's awesome. Let's have a...
Thank you, Tucker. Bye-bye.
Let's have a toast to for Tootie. You are the greatest American out there. Everyone raise a glass to Tootie. All right, good for her. And look, people, I'm really, what I'm really concerned as I watch what's going on this year. how many people have died? How many people have gone into depression? Suicide rates are up, depression's up, untreated other diseases are up. How many people, and also, has anyone, and I mean has anyone, died from the flu over the last 9 months? I'm just curious. If this disease miraculously cures the flu, because usually you have some people dying from the flu. I'm just saying. It's amazing. Anyway, let's see. And then last one. Just a quick article by Victor David Hansen, who is predicting mass civil disobedience as we continue to do this lockdown craziness. Oops, let me get this centered out right. There we go. All right. Victor Davis Hansen predicts pushback as states impose more coronavirus restrictions. Hoover Institution senior fellow Victor David Hansen predicted Wednesday massive civil disobedience against further COVID-19 lockdowns as more restrictions are put in place. I'm afraid they're going to have massive civil disobedience because for them to have credibility, they cannot be hypocritical. Hansen told Fox News host Tucker Carlson on Tucker Carlson Tonight in reference to Democratic leaders enforcing harsh lockdowns like Gavin Newsom. They have to be disinterested, but think of marquee officials, Nancy Pelosi, Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer. All of these people have violated their own edicts, Hansen said, citing Pelosi's visit to a San Francisco hair salon and the revelation that Newsom attended a large indoor dinner at an upscale French restaurant in Napa Valley. Newsom has suggested that Californians even wear face masks in between bites when dining at restaurants. Governor Whitmer has said, did I say Whitler? Did I say Governor Whitler? I don't know what. Did I say Governor Whitler? I'm going to have to play that back and see what I said. Has said she's never going to apologize for her harsh lockdown measures because she insists her actions save lives. Oh, really? Except in those nursing homes. Hansen suggests that lockdowns have now entered a new phase when political leaders say we're going to go into the inner sanctum of a person's home. So much for your home as your castle. I'm waiting. Okay, here's what I want to see. I wonder if the governor of Oregon is going to tip off CNN for when they have the 25 state whatever SWAT agents raiding Tootsie's home on Thanksgiving. I'm just picturing it. Seeing the SWAT team, surrounding the house. You're under arrest. You have too many people in your house and you're not socially distanced. He said they are not going to have a lot of compliance and there's a slippery slope. I think if they can come into your house and say you have to wear a mask, why not just say, when was your last prostate exam or your breast exam, he continued. So they're asking the public to obey edicts that they feel don't apply to themselves. And when you apply that to protest, all summer we saw people out in the streets, no social distancing. There were few masks, no cleansers, spraying or screaming, Hansen noted. They've been so supportive of this protest, but you can't have more than 5 people in your home. That's a GFY. It's not even a FTG. Yes. Oh, MC, great minds.
How dare you?
Stop. Hammer time.
That's what I'm going to do. It's time to tell people the GFY. Exactly. All right. Let's, we got about 15 minutes. Let's see what else is on the, I have a few bookmarks. Let me do my bookmarks that I had from yesterday real quick. First of all, before I do that, thank you, Tyler F., Cindy Rochelle, Maddie, Becca Fairley, and Six, and who is this? Lance K retweeted my show, and I'm not sure who that is, but thank you for doing that. If you're here, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell thingy so that you get notifications through YouTube, but you can also follow me on Twitter, Minds, Gab, and Parler. In fact, let's do this. I need to gather myself for a moment, so here's the commercial, and I'll be right back in about a minute. Hey everybody, it's me, Marty. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I hope you're enjoying the show. The Morning Night Live is sponsored by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Please, if you have a moment, take time to share this stream by hitting that little arrow down below or up here if you're on a mobile. And please hit the like button. I know you like it. You're still here and you're still watching. And finally, if you want to support the show, you can do that through your donations and super chats, which are in the description down below. You can do that at Streamlabs link or at PDawgKnight.live. That every little bit helps. And thank you for watching. Now back to the show. All right, and we're back right now. There we go. And I, by the way, FTG to Gretchen Whitler. All right, got a few things bookmarked. We'll finish out with my bookmarks today. I did mention yesterday Mitt Romney, who's arguing about troop levels in Afghanistan, reducing troop levels should be based on our national security interest. This is belated, but FTG Mitt Romney. I'm sorry. I think we should be getting those troops out of there post haste. It's like year 19 and year 20. We're still doing nothing. We have no idea what we're doing in Afghanistan. There's actually papers that have been leaked from the Pentagon stating that we have no idea why we're there. So I think it's time to leave. And then Iraq, you can figure that out too. And even Syria, you know, I think the people who lied to the president about our troop levels there, they should be immediately court-martialed and possibly, well, not tried for treason because it's not a time of war, but they should be absolutely court-martialed for their part in lying to the president of the United States. The president, whether you like him or not, whether you like his style, whether you like his policies, he is the president of the United States, and you have absolutely committed a seditious act. So they should be absolutely court-martialed. Also, a lot of hemming and hawing about, well, I'll get to that when we talk about one of our other FTGs of the day. So first of all, this is someone named David Schaefer put this here on Twitter. They're talking about, so he's saying in DeKalb County, this is in Georgia, one of our monitors discovered a 9,626 vote error in the DeKalb County hand count. One batch was labeled 10,707 for Biden and 13 for Trump. An improbable margin even by DeKalb standards. The actual count for the batch was 1,081 for Biden and 13 for Trump. So a 9,000 vote error. Now, and it's funny because Twitter on this factual statement put one of those little disclaimers. This claim about election fraud is disputed. FTG Twitter, by the way. Now you would think if this claim is disputed, that when you click on the little thing that this claim is disputed, you would get something related to this claim, right? Right? Here's what you get when you open that link. Vote fraud of any kind is exceedingly rare in the United States, election experts confirm. Well, who the hell are your election experts, first of all? And anyway, so it goes to just some generic. It has nothing to do with what this man wrote. Now, he continues, had this counting error not been discovered, Biden would have gained enough votes from this one batch alone to cancel out Trump's gains from Fayette, Floyd, and Walton. We were limited to one monitor for every 10 counting tables, and we were kept some distance from the tables. There is no telling what we missed under these unreasonable restrictions. The miscounted batch had been signed off by 2 official counters. Biden's margin of victory in this batch of votes, 99.9%, bested Bashar al-Assad's in 2007, Raul Castro's in 2008, and matched Kim Jong-il's 2009 margin of 99.9%. Our attorneys have turned over an affidavit from our monitor to the Secretary of State and requested an investigation. So it's just funny how it's, Nope, there's nothing wrong with these counts. These counts are pristine and perfect. Yes, they are. Other things in the bookmarks today. Let's see. I already did that. We already talked about Andrew Cuomo. Oh, and this, Bill Pascrell Jr. Now, Bill Pascrell Jr. is representing the 9th District of New Jersey in the House of Representatives. Proud Pattersonian, chairman, House Ways and Means Subcommittee on Oversight. And he is calling for the eventual prosecution of Donald Trump and his enablers. Now, I don't know what this means when you say his enablers for the many crimes against the United States. Let's see what his little demands here are. This is comical. Pascrell demands investigation, prosecution of Trump government crimes. Now, what I want you to do here, as you're listening to this, see if you can name the crime that he is asking about. He wants them investigated and prosecuted. Wait a minute. What crime is he asking for? Washington, D.C. U.S. Representative Bill Pascrell Jr., New Jersey 9, today called for the widespread investigation and prosecution of members of the outgoing Trump administration. Now, hang on a second. How can you call for both the investigation and prosecution? Wouldn't you need investigation for what crime? But what if you investigate and there's no crime? So there would be no prosecution. But he's asking for investigation and prosecution of the outgoing Trump administration. Prosecution for what? If you're acting in the as the president of the United States, so here's what he continues. Donald Trump and members of his administration have committed innumerable crimes against the United States, said Representative Pascrell. Name one. He has endangered our national security. How, Sway? How? He ripped families apart. Did he? Did he do it within the law? Was he following the law when children were separated with people they were with that may or may not have been with their family? That's the other part. Rip them apart? Oh, so when you put somebody in jail for breaking the law and their children are taken away from them because you can't take them to jail with you, what does that mean, he ripped families apart? He continues, he poisoned the census. Poisoned the census? Did the census die? Or is it still recovering from the poison? What law are you prosecuting him for in so-called poison census? He continues, he has personally profited from his office. Really? Because his net worth is down. And he's donated the presidential salary except for $1 a year. Personally profited. How? He continues. He attacked our elections and sought to throttle democracy. You mean he's taking his legal prerogative to take his issues to the court? I've never heard of dictators taking their case to courts. They just do what they want to do. But apparently he's attacked our elections. How? And sought to throttle democracy. How? Continuing. He was rightly impeached by the House of Representatives. Oh, and rightly found not guilty by the Senate. So I'm not sure what you're going to investigate or prosecute in that one. He has engaged in treachery, in treason. Say what? He's the president. We're not in war. What treachery? What treason? He has all but given up on governing and protecting our nation, and if he had a shred of dignity, he would resign today. Given up on governing and protecting. Is there something happening in there, the nation, that I don't know about, that it's not running or something? Help me out here. Anybody? The president doesn't run the nation. But even if they did, I mean, it's not like are all the functions of government happening right now? Is the Congress, or excuse me, not even the Congress, are the bureaucracies doing their jobs? Even, they say, oh, he gave up on coronavirus. Well, really interesting, because we have two companies in the United States that have just finished their third trials and have vaccines ready to be distributed for the most part. Oh, he did nothing about COVID. Oh, wait a minute. Operation Warp Speed. You know when that started? What the date was when Operation Warp Speed began? January 11th. When they got the sequencing for this virus, they already began plans for finding a vaccine for a virus that hadn't even made it to the United States yet, at least that we knew of. But they did nothing. They did nothing. They did nothing whatsoever. Therefore, in 2021, the entire Trump administration must be fully investigated by the Department of Justice and any other relevant offices. Donald Trump, along with his worst enablers, must be tried for their crimes against our nation and Constitution. Well, you still haven't named any specific crimes that you're talking about here. And in fact, you said, wait a minute, there needs to be an investigation. Well, what if there's an investigation and nothing you're talking about is a crime? What would they be prosecuted for, Representative Pascrell? Importantly, any further abuse of the sacred pardon power to shield criminals would itself be obstruction of justice, and any self-pardons would be illegal. Well, I don't know about self-pardons, but the President of the United States has basically an unlimited power to pardon whoever the fuck he wants. And if you look at past presidents, Obama, Bush, Clinton, Reagan, Ford, Nixon, Johnson, Kennedy, and so forth and forth, for whatever before that, they've all done their pardon power, and you can't do shit about it. Sorry. I still think he should pardon Edward Snowden and WikiLeaks dude. Why am I blanking on his name? I think he should be pardoned. I think they should both be pardoned. Anyway, that would be crazy, wouldn't it? Oh, Carter. I missed Carter. Thank you. Well, it's easy to forget Carter. I lived during Carter. He's easy to forget. I wish we could forget Carter. Except, you know what? Again, I will say this again, and I say this often. President Carter, pardon only for federal crimes. Yeah, no, I know. Julian Assange. Thank you. Federal crimes. Jimmy Carter might be, except for his, once in a while dipping into political things, for my personal opinion, is the most impressive post-president or past president. I have great respect for Jimmy Carter as far as what he's done with Habitat for Humanity and some of the humanitarian stuff he does. I don't like his politics to save my life, but I do like I think Jimmy Carter has just proven that he's a good man so there. I didn't forget Nixon. I said Nixon. I went all the way Nixon, and then Johnson, then Kennedy, and then obviously Eisenhower before that. I could name most of them going back. But anyway, then finally, he finishes with this. Failure to hold financial and political wrongdoing accountable in the past has invited greater malfeasance by bad actors. Yeah. You mean like Joe Biden? Oh, never did I say that out loud. A repeat of those failures in 2021 further emboldens criminality by our national leaders and continues America down the path of lawlessness and authoritarianism. You guys want authoritarianism. You all are fucking begging for authoritarianism. By the way, FTG this motherfucker. What's his name? Bill Pascrell. FTG Bill Pascrell. Pascrell. Junior. Fuck right off. God damn. So this is a generally vague demand. I just thought it was hilarious. The other thing on here, so, yesterday I was talking about when those commissioners in Michigan who refused to certify the election results, having courage is a beautiful thing. The U.S. stands proud. And at about literally a minute after he tweeted, the Wayne County people certified that vote. And Jocelyn Benson, the Secretary of State of Michigan, the person who's supposed to do the audit that was going to be required for them to allow that certification to happen, the Secretary of State, she tweets. Now, this is the Michigan State. This is supposed to be the impartial Secretary of State who's supposed to do her job without any bias or anything. Tweets to Donald Trump, wrong again. Oh, well. There's another update on that story. Let me see if I can find it, because I'm going to finish with this update. So the GOP members of that canvassing board that rescinded their vote, well, guess what? They rescinded it again. Huge U-turn in Michigan. GOP canvassers rescind their certification of vote. The item is in this Just the News update is huge. In an extraordinary turnabout that foreshadows possible legal action, the two GOP members of Wayne County Election Board signed affidavits Wednesday night alleging they were bullied and misled into approving election results in Michigan's largest metropolis and do not believe the vote should be certified until serious irregularities in Detroit votes are resolved. Now, by the way, there's also there's another one I'll show you in a second. It's what's necessary for Trump to win Michigan, and if it holds up, that's a good bet. There's a brief chronology, the real roller coaster. Yesterday, the election board for Michigan, largest county, deadlocked 2-2 on certifying election returns because of a huge number of irregularities in 70% of the areas under their purview. Without certification, the state cannot elect electoral college electors, which means that the Republican-dominated legislature will choose the electors. That means Trump wins Michigan. Within a couple of hours, the 2-2 deadlock, Rashida Taliban, the Muslim radical, led a mob. I'm sorry, Rashida Tlaib, led a mob of complainers. By the way, FTG Rashida Tlaib. Led a mob of complainers accusing the two Republicans of disenfranchising black people and being racist. That's racist! They demanded that the result be certified. The two Republicans caved in, but only on the promise that the state would do a full audit of those votes. Then they later found out that the state won't do an audit. So the two Republicans rescinded their vote to certify, bringing back to a 2-2 deadlock. Click through the bottom of the story to read the affidavits filed by the two Republicans, blah, blah, blah. Also, the asshat who did the main, let's see if I still have this up. I have it here somewhere. Oh no, did I take this one down? Shoot. The dude who, one of the dudes who was, who basically doxed those two people is now complaining because people are mad at him. Let me see this out. Do I have it here? Oh, shoot. I must have closed that one by accident. All right. Before we go, I have one last article that I was saving for last because this just proves we are in clown world. This just proves we are in crazy town. And wait till you get a load of this. A California judge orders, wait for it, San Diego strip clubs to reopen as churches fight for the same right. A judge ordered strip clubs reopened in San Diego earlier this month, leading a lawyer from a law firm representing multiple churches in California to protest what he described as a constitutional travesty. San Diego Superior Court Judge Joel Wolfile issued a temporary restraining order against Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom in San Diego County that orders them to cease any action that prevents such establishments from being allowed to provide live adult entertainment, according to the Washington Free Beacon. That court found that the entertainment at the two strip clubs involved in the case is constitutionally protected speech and concluded that the harm to the strip clubs, if the application is denied, is greater than the harm to the government if the application is granted. Somebody write an ad for this, please. Somebody write an ad for this and put it in the... I don't even care if you put it in the tip jar, but somebody write an ad for this. Paul Jada, the attorney with the Thomas More Society, which is representing several churches in California that are fighting to maintain their right to peacefully assemble, told the Free Beacon, if you're going to accept that argument, that dancing nude is protected speech that's so significant that it overcomes the government interest in regulating its citizens with COVID-19 orders, then obviously the divine worship of God, which is expressly mentioned in the First Amendment, should be held at a higher standard. In a statement provided to the Daily Wire, Jada went on, quote, this is a constitutional travesty that must be immediately rectified. As one California judge aptly noted, you can't treat a church like a hair salon because churches are entitled to greater protection under the Constitution. And you certainly can't treat a church like a strip club. In California, churches are being treated worse than strip clubs. The constitutional right to worship God is infinitely more important than any right to titties in your face. Okay, he said that than to entertainment, but I thought titties in your face was much more applicable. Although, titties in their face are nice too. We will not rest until we fully vindicate the fundamental constitutional right to worship God without government interference, Jana added. Pastor John MacArthur, who pastors Grace Community Club, No, he doesn't have a club. Grace Community Church in Los Angeles, 120 miles north of San Diego, has been battling state and local authorities in court after he reopened his church in July. In response, the county has seemingly targeted him for retribution. In October, MacArthur cut a video that laid out the double standards for churches compared to abortion clinics, strip clubs, and marijuana dispensaries. As the Daily Wire reported, quote, today's current crop of politicians are trampling on the Constitution and on the resolve of citizens to demand their rights under the pressure of a manufactured fear, MacArthur asserted. The reality is that the COVID data just doesn't match the government's COVID narrative. Even if an individual catches COVID-19, MacArthur claimed, you have a 99.99% chance of surviving COVID. It's just not what they're saying it is. That absolutely does not warrant shutting down anything, MacArthur continued, but especially absurd and arbitrarily churches that have a special protection from the Constitution. Oh, and at the same time, leaving open abortion clinics, strip clubs, and marijuana dispensaries. And by the way, the health department is on record that saying is they are going to allow riots and protests without regards for the mandated health and safety ordinances. This obviously is targeted discrimination. Leftist and secular government officials have no tolerance for biblical Christianity, so they're using COVID as an excuse to shut it down. Absolutely. And I'm sorry, I don't know. How do you do a socially distanced lap dance? I want to know. I gotta see. Well, I don't necessarily have to see how that works. No, I want to know how that works. How do you do a socially distanced lap dance? Anybody? Now, well, no, because part of your, even if they're huge, it's not socially. Part of it's there. I don't know if I want to know the stripper who can socially distance a lap dance. That's more than a handful. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, did I? Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Okay, that's it. I gotta go. Hey, before you do anything else, hit the like button. There's 50-something people here and only 27 likes. Hit the button before you go. The thumbs up, except for the one daily thumbs down. That's between me and that one person. One thumbs down, all the rest thumbs up. You know who you are. Do your work. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Gunfox61. Oh, thank you. We have our, Thank you. We do have our last sponsor of the day, maybe our last sponsor, maybe one or two. Thank you, Gunfox61, for alerting me to our new sponsor, Strip Clubs for America. God loves tits. Everybody needs tits and sexy girls in the buff. Missing church? Don't worry. Our strippers will preach to you while giving you a lap dance. We will help you find God with the power of tits and, you said butts? No, tits and ass. Ass, not butts, ass. Let me finish. We will help you find God with the power of tits and ass. Thank you. Our new sponsor, Strip Clubs for America. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm giving that final ad of the day a 10. Outstanding. Thank you very much. And on that note, I gotta go. Thank you for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe, and all that stuff. Hit the bell. Donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Super Chats, Venmo, and Cashapp. And also, if you're watching it after on the replay, put a comment in the comment section. I do appreciate you. It is that time. Did I say that right? It is that time. It is that time for me to leave. Thank you so much for all the people writing ads and super chats and everything. I got to go. My name is PDawgKnight, and I am out of here. Bye.
Hey, this is PDawgKnight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cashapp, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here.